What's up, everybody? I'm James Duggan here with Jared Petty.
Greetings.
And we are going to rewind the Star Trek Beyond trailer.
Beyond.
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 Okay, that's enough for the good
Beyond.
people who are listening. No, we're stopping the Beyonds. Got to stop it for a little while. We'll get back to them. Right here, headed into the bay, Montgomery Scott. At first, I thought this was kind of reminiscent of the Star Trek IV Klingon cargo bay, but if you look around, you see some alphanumerics, which leads us to believe that they are on some Federation or Federation-affiliated vessel here or facility. The problem is, if we look ahead here a little, it's pretty tore up, and we may know why. Whether or not this is the Enterprise, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see what's going on there. Not sure who that is out of focus over his shoulder in the background, but I'm not entirely sure this is the USS Enterprise.
I'm also not entirely sure these are the same. This is all pulled from the same scene. There's a lot of different color going on here.
Yeah, the lighting is different. Yeah, it almost looks like he's sitting in the front of a shuttlecraft. That doesn't quite look like the view screen on the Enterprise, although it is pretty thick there being up, so maybe so. I'm not sure what's going on behind Sulu there. That could be an Enterprise view screen. That could be another ship. That could be a shuttlecraft. What do you think, James?
I think we should move on. Beyond.
Beyond. All right. Right here, Zach Quino's shoulder. Interesting thing, if you look at the patch on his left shoulder to your right on the screen, you see USS Franklin. The USS Franklin has appeared in a couple of Star Wars things, different incarnations. In one of them, it was a Constitution-class cruiser, just like the Enterprise, leading us to wonder, why is Spock wearing USS Franklin
You got some Hawkeyes, Jared.
Yeah, is
that
he?
Is a fantastic observation.
Oh, it's right there on the shoulder. Is he a crew member on the USS Franklin? He's a new captain now. Are they aboard the Franklin? What's going on? You suggested perhaps that
he visited the gift shop before he left.
I think that makes as much sense as anything.
This
summer, exciting things. But this is not the USS Franklin. Clearly, USS NCC 1701, USS Enterprise, right there. And yeah, okay.
A drone swarm.
A drone.
The Zerg have come to attack.
The Zerg, Mass Effect 2, the skies over Iraq have attacked the USS Enterprise. And yeah, that's right there. That's not a meteor. That's clearly some sort of nose cone of a small fighter or vehicle. These could be kamikaze, but
so my question is, do you think that these are manned, or they definitely move in kind of a drone swarm insect kind of way? But if you look at that shot, that definitely looks like the nose cone of something that's manned. And even in the center there's a bit of a golden art on top of the
like a cockpit,
whatever that is.
So I'm not
perhaps
sure. I wonder, with current sensitivity about drones, I kind of feel like they might go with, of course it's drones. Drones are evil.
Drones, oh God,
drones
they'll fly around and kill your children.
They're taking photographs of you right now.
You're being watched
in the bathroom. All right, but so who knows? But that's the USS Enterprise getting shredded. We assume this is the rear of the Enterprise here, probably based on the context.
Poor Scotty, he looks so in duress there.
Yeah, we're not
sure
if
this is being torn at the
if this is the same sequence. We don't know.
Maybe.
But I cut around a lot. And this right here appears to be an escape sequence. Looking down, there is clearly NCC 1701, and in the background,
if you go back to that, look, his chair is very close to his head. So I think that must be some kind of escape pod.
Yeah, probably one of these right here, which stepping out into the Star Trek 3-esque
wielding his disruptor
jungle.
phaser pistol.
That disruptor phaser pistol?
Yeah, that's the official name.
What?
For those who don't know.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Laser gun. Pew pew.
Are you sure that's not a Type 2 phaser?
I'm sure it's going to shoot lasers.
Moving on. All right. It doesn't shoot lasers. Whatever else it
does. Pew, 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 pew.
No lasers. You know better than that.
I know.
All right. Probably the wreck of the Enterprise here. Kirk, and then... I'm assuming that's Kirk right there. And then behind, unidentified character. Can't tell.
Alien. Not human, Jared.
Not human?
I'm going to say that's a non-human.
Non-human,
by the red tentacles.
Not like red hair? Yeah, all right.
Flowing down the back of their head.
Yeah, lovely River Valley. And then here we are. Montgomery's got big old ring on that finger. Look at there. Fun fact, James Doohan, who played Montgomery Scott before Simon Pegg, did not have a third finger on his right hand. Kind of weird.
It's tragic.
Shot off during war. So how about that?
So he wouldn't have been able to pull off this maneuver, which we're about to see.
Which actually,
in fact, I would go as far to say that nobody, well, short of an expert climber, could pull this off. But
I don't think anybody could do this. I honestly...
Lasers, Jared. Pew pew explosions.
Yeah, I really just don't think that works well at all. But, Simon Pegg, a wonderful actor, and obviously we're seeing a lot more of him in this trailer, playing off the popularity of him, which is good. He's one of the best things.
Of course, best known for his cameo in the upcoming Star Wars film.
Yeah, absolutely. That's no other movies, just that. Yeah, never been in anything else. Here we go. You like this little moment here?
I do. This is my favorite moment in the trailer. For all of its potential faults, I think this is the most heartwarming, whoever that actor is, whose name eludes me. He was in Doom. He played
Why do you
a character
keep referring
in
to
the
him
Lord
as
of the
Guy
Rings.
from Doom?
He is the guy from Doom. That's him. That was his
You keep calling him Guy from
headlining
Doom.
role.
All right, moving on from the drones, we now have Evel Knievel, Captain Kirk America, something like that.
So I've just noticed something, Jared. He has those motorcycle glasses on, which we see later when he grabs that character who we will see in a second here and teleports in. So I think what happens, and you can write this down, revealed here first, he jumps off this motorcycle, grabs... what'd you call her? Legolas?
Oh, well, we haven't seen her yet, but
yes,
yeah.
Grabs
Legolas
her
the
and
Winter
teleports
Soldier.
in an epic Hollywood. This is exactly what I want out of my Star Trek movies, Jared. I don't want philosophy or discussion about existential crisis or anything like that. I just want pew-pew lasers.
No metaphors for racism or social injustice.
No, pew-pew lasers, explosions, motorcycle jumps, and then to top it all off, sabotage by Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
This trailer has problems. Off here on the right, we see several Starfleet crew people pointing at something, perhaps another thing going on as he flies toward the space cupcakes. And here we have her now, Legolas, the Winter Soldier,
the White Walker Winter Soldier,
just killing all kinds of things, and it appears in the trailer to be allied with the rest of the crew. Oh, got a little bit of Welcome to Earth. Right here.
She had sweet bow staff skills, I would like to point out.
Yeah, staffs are really big right now. Female science fiction characters wielding staffs. Yeah, it's big this week. So
trending now.
I know, trending now. Hashtag. Here, probably San Francisco, because there's a bunch of Starfleet people running around, which means this is the umpteenth time in the Star Trek movies that San Francisco
Such
gets
a beautiful
the shaft.
city in real life. Why do they have to keep destroying it, Jared?
Yeah, really beautiful?
Yes, this is one of the most beautiful places on Earth. If not visually, then certainly in its soul.
Okay, it is. I mean, the bay is gorgeous. I agree, and there's a lot of soul here, and also a lot of feces on the sidewalk, but
and a lot of high kicks. Yeah. There's a sweet door explosion.
Yeah.
So is that a Ferengi, Jared?
No, that is not a Ferengi. That's a bad guy.
Originally, I thought maybe that was a Ferengi. Ferengi have been bad guy in the past, but they've never really been threatening. They've always been kind of greedy.
Throwing this dude across here. I'm assuming that's Kirk, but I can't tell for sure actually here. That could just be somebody getting beat up. Oh, here we are. Now we have Simon Pegg with Legolas.
Who's that red person, Jared?
Yeah, that could be the red person from the earlier scene.
The non-human.
The non-human that we saw walking.
Ooh, wait. Look on her left hand. She's got a sweet little.
Are you gonna call that a disruptor phaser?
A wrist rifle disruptor phaser, laser pew pew, and then if you go forward a frame, those guys have them. So maybe she is a traitor of the attacking.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, perhaps.
Those? Perhaps. I don't know if the weapons are the same or not. They do look kind of similar, don't they?
They definitely kind of look like the end of the spears from Stargate.
So this is the same scene where we saw, or the same area where the space cupcakes were earlier. We can tell from those white pillars in the background. And there in line, we see Simon Pegg's little friend, kind of lined up there. And something terrible is happening here. We get this kind of sweeping camera shot, and everyone's screaming. So I'm guessing somebody's getting eviscerated or disintegrated or some
Crucified.
other awful thing.
Terrible torture.
Terrible bad stuff going on. All right, there's some more bad stuff. We're not sure what she's upset about.
Well, there seems to be a bad guy behind her as well.
Yeah, I think it's one of those cases where he's making her look at something awful take place, maybe, and it's kind of
another man being eviscerated. A lot of evisceration in this trailer.
Yeah. Here we are. Here we have the secondary hull of what is probably the Enterprise being struck by the fighters. You don't see a lot of fighters in Star Trek normally.
No.
I mean,
it's more of a Star Wars kind of deal.
Yeah, some cultures use them, but they're not particularly common in the film and TV
even
continuity.
an Independence Day thing. But yeah, this is, I don't know that I would necessarily call these fighters. They're more of like a swarm, I guess. Yeah. I mean, they are fighters, but there's so many of them that they're just kind of their own single amorphous entity.
And now, full-on Beastie Boys Beyond, leaping off the thing, and here comes. Oh, look, he's got his goggles on. He's leaping through the air. And boom!
Come on, this is sabotage.
Yeah, and landing here in what kind of doesn't necessarily look like the Enterprise.
Yeah, it's definitely some other place. Maybe similar to that. Yeah. At least in terms of the color scheme, similar to that thing that we saw in the original.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What do you think of this trailer, Jared? On the whole,
I'm going to be honest here with you, Duggan. It may be, I feel like the original Star Trek remake movies 1 and 2, to a fair point, managed to balance the more substantive aspects of the show with the action that people going to see a film sometimes want. I think they did okay with that, especially the first one. The second one less well so. This trailer seems to be sending me a message that it's time for Star Trek to get awesome. And I'm not sure I'm so...
It's time for laser guns and explosions and the Beastie Boys.
What about you?
So, I guess this trailer speaks to a larger point that I have always had an issue with the Star Trek films in general, because for the most part, with a few exceptions, they've been very much Hollywood, actioned-up, explosion-heavy versions of the source material. And the source material to me is philosophical. It presents a lot of interesting ethical dilemmas every single, well, not every single episode, but most episodes there's something that makes you at least think for a second. And this to me seems to be going off the deep end of high action, badass Hollywood action film in the Star Trek aesthetic, which is par for the course for me. So I'm not extremely disappointed. However, I am disappointed that this is the continuing trend, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that. They have pulled it off okay in places. First Contact, I think, manages to blend action and substance really well. But all
that Picard, though, in First Contact.
He's kind of like
he's not even Picard.
Captain Ahab Rambo. I like.
He's like if Captain Picard was injected with 500 cc's of testosterone every minute.
But remember, there's that Captain Picard episode where like it's Die Hard. You remember that? where
yeah.
He does do that every now and then.
He is kind of a badass, but I don't know that whole thing. Well, anyway.
Yeah, we'll move on from there. So rather than debate, I do want to say that I'm not necessarily opposed to the presence of sabotage in the Star Trek continuity.
It's a better choice than Disturbed, a better choice than Nickelback, a better choice than Creed, a better choice than Justin Bieber. I'm sure you can think of more. Let us know in the comments.
Absolutely, and if nothing else, they had Magic Carpet Ride again in First Contact.
That's true.
Used Rod Stewart before Enterprise. That kind of worked, but yeah, not really feeling it here. Trailers, in addition to getting us hyped for a movie, try to set a message about the tone. If this is the tone of this one,
but what do the people think, Jared? We should find out.
We should. The people should speak. Let us know. And
Beyond.